We're back. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. We're continuing the discussion with Attorney at Law Martin George on internal self-government autonomy for Tobago. It's a discussion he basically says to Tobagonians. He's saying to Tobagonians, don't get caught up in the old talk.
That's right.
As it would be.
And I want to make it clear, Leon, I'm not against the idea of internal self-government at all or greater autonomy for Tobago, but I'm saying it must be meaningful in that it must be predicated upon you first having that financial and economic independence, because without that, you are simply wasting time. Look at what happened last year in the ruling of the Honorable Justice Kangaloo, where the THA got a major slap in the face when they realized that the THA Act, which they were so proudly proclaiming and, trumpeting to Tobagonians that, they were in charge of things. The judge ruled that, look, regardless of what you wish to do under the fifth schedule in the Tobago House of Assembly Act, which gives the THA supposed autonomy over lots of areas, she said that, look, you are still subject to the principles and guidelines of central government on any matter of policy. So in other words, if you're talking about an agricultural policy, it must be in conformity with whatever is the national agricultural policy. So therefore, again, Tobagonians are being led down this dead-end alley whereby they're being chained up to say, well, look, you're going to get self-government. But if you do not have control of your economic purse strings, then you still basically, like a child, you see sometimes in the US, they have the little children running about, but they have a big long leash tied to the parents. That's what Tobago will be. So in other words, you're independent on a leash, and the leash is a financial and economic leash, whereby you always have to come back to me for sustenance, for food, clothing, shelter, everything. So let Tobagonians change their thinking, do a paradigm shift, and start thinking of getting first our economic and financial sustainability. And then, once you have that, then you don't even have to worry about self-government. That comes automatically afterwards.
How do you go about getting that? Therefore means that the Tobago House of Assembly has to wean itself off. And wean itself off of what central government is going.
That. So in other
words,
then
the act has to be changed as well.
This is the point. Imagine the irony of it. So could you imagine, you are a parent in your home and your grown child is telling you, in fact, there's a nice ad on television.
Yes, he the pension.
A big grown, he's now a pensioner, but yet still he's living in the parents' house, depending on them. He wants to borrow the car, he wants to borrow money, but yet still he's a big man and he's independent. How could that possibly make sense? If you are independent, then in other words, you must have the means and the wherewithal to effectuate that independence. Otherwise, you are simply fooling yourselves and you are fooling the people of Tobago. And that's what they've been doing for years. It's like the folly they engaged in with saying they want to buy back Pigeon Point Beach. What absurdity. They told Tobagonians, that is somebody from Trinidad owns that and you have to pay to go and use the beach. Do you know the reality is that since the THA paid over 100 million to buy back Pigeon Point Beach, Tobagonians still have to pay to go there? All they have done, they said one day for the month, the last Sunday in every month, you can go in free. So, but of the other 30 of the 31 days of the month, Tobagonians still have to pay, so they are no better off. But that's the type of folly that the current administration has been foisting upon the people of Tobago to say, well, we are getting back our own for you. For what purpose? You must do things in a way that makes sense. You look at somewhere like Bermuda. If it is that someone wishes to purchase, a foreigner wishes to purchase property in Bermuda, there are certain limits that they put. The property must be valued over $1 million US. You can't buy anything less than that. So therefore, they've now controlled the way that foreign investment is done. Foreign investment is not a bad thing, but this current leadership of the THA, they've driven out all the foreigners. They've driven out the foreign investment. Listen, let me tell you, I have clients all over. We have clients in, London, Turkey, Israel, and you hear what people say in terms of Tobago. The perception out there is very bad. It's very negative. The international community, the international investment community has gotten the impression impression that Tobago is anti-foreigner, they're xenophobic, they murder foreigners. That's the reality of what people think. So therefore, we need to change the thinking. We need to change the leadership. A people without a vision shall surely perish. The Bible tells us that. And we have been without a vision in Tobago for far too long. It's been 16 years of this current administration. And you ask yourself, you look around Tobago, where have all the billions of dollars gone? What infrastructural development you can point to say, well, look, yes, I could see improvement here, improvement there. It's been nothing. Nothing of any substance can be shown as to where the money has gone and what is happening. But yet still, you are saying you want to be independent.
I like the fact that you're educating Tobagonians on what the system is and by extension Trinidad and Tobago. The question is, you've got all these ideas. You're going in for public office?
No, the thing is, I see this as my role to try to, stimulate discussion. And the point is, I always make the point, it's not that you're against persons or anything of the sort, because I would certainly publicly thank the present administration led by Mr. London for all that they have done for Tobago. For the last 16 years they've been there, and I will say it again, I publicly thank them. But I think they have done so much and they can do no more. So I see, well, he has decided he's demitting office, himself and Mr. Neil Wilson, and I think it's a timely decision because they are not capable of taking Tobago to the next step. What Tobago needs is a quantum leap. You cannot have more of the same. You can't continue doing the same things you've been doing for the last 16 years and expect different results. Tobagonians have a decision to make come January 2017, and they need to decide where are we really taking ourselves? Where do we wish to go? Do we wish to continue in the same mold, the same mindset, or do we want to break free of the shackles and the mental, domination that has taken place over the last 16 years? And let us say, look, let us chart a new course in a proper, sustainable, financially and economically sound manner.
George, we're going to have to leave it there. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. Thanks for coming. It's always a pleasure. Stay with us. We're back after these messages.